Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spill the Tea with Tommy D. This week we're going to do our final tea that was gifted to me from the Teaspot. And to honor them and thank them again for the nice gifts they gave me, I'm going to do it Gong Fu style. I'm feeling Gong Fu. If you didn't see the episode, check out the Gong Fu style brewing and you'll kind of learn a little bit more about this. So this final tea we're going to do is called a Wild Harvest Pu-erh. So we did a puerh, we've done a few different puerhs. So this is, if you remember, is referred to as a green puerh or a rawpuerh. And the difference is the cooked puerh is like put in a kind of like a steam room kind of situation to kind of cook it and give it that fermented effect a little quicker. Green puerhs or raw puerhs are aged. So if you remember, they're put into like a very specific cave or humid area, and it's left for at least a year. The last puerh I did, the raw puerh, was a very young puerh. It was actually only a year. This one looks a bit darker than the last one I did. So I'm going to guess it's definitely been aged much longer than a year. And then, you know, maybe even longer than, I'm not really sure, it didn't specify. But, so, let's give it a smell. So, much different than the cooked puerh. It was a very rich, bold flavor to it. This one has a little bit more, so because the longer the raw puerh ages, the more mushroomy and earthiness it gets. So this one definitely smells a lot more, has much more of those mushroom tones than the 1 year aged puerh that I had. These are very long, twisted leaves, and they have there's even a couple stems in there. So they really don't do too much with the raw puerh. They just compact it into cakes, or they do it loose like this. There's not as much of like the twisting and stuff like that. So for our Gong Fu set, we are going to I put 2 heaping teaspoons, and we're gonna put it in my Gong Fu set. Let's get the little flinks out of there, and now we want to remember, in order to do this properly, we should rinse the leaves. So this is a traditional style brewing, so we want to follow this. This is about 195. The Teaspot says let it cool for 2 minutes. I already did that. So we're just you want to put a little bit to rinse the tea leaves, and then we're gonna go right in here. Just a quick rinse. Also, it helps to heat up the set. I already kind of did that a little bit before, but I don't have to worry too about that. Man, I am sending tea all over the place today. Speaking of which, so obviously we're not going to get too much into the tea spilling thing is going to be a little different this week because we're doing short steep times, which is what the Gong Fu set does. So for starters, we are going to do just a 20-second steep time, and then we're going to taste what these tea leaves taste like. Remember, the Gong Fu gives it those different layers. We're going to explore the different layers of this sweet, awesome raw puerh. It smells much more vegetal, the raw puerh. A lot more of like a leafy green, not vegetal like like a sencha or something. But all right, 20 seconds. So everyone's complaining about the debates. I didn't watch them because I knew what was going to happen. We all should have known what was going to happen. What did you expect? Trump was just finally going to settle down, and then we're going to have a reasonable debate? Of course Biden was going to fire back the same way they did. But I think we're missing the point that these guys shouldn't be on a debate ballots. They should be in Florida playing bridge or croquet. I don't know. One of those things. They shouldn't be doing this. It's too much. They're too old for this. Alright, we'll get back to that. Put a pin in that. Alright. 20 seconds on that raw puerh. So I do get, it's definitely a really nice combination of a little bit of mushroom and a little bit of like a leafy green vegetal flavor, scent that is. We're smelling it right now. Yeah, I'd say leafy green vegetal, maybe just a touch of sweetness in there. We're going to pour that in from the decanter. Alright. And then I don't have my glass, but it's a much lighter color than the cooked puerh, because the cooked puerh is that very, very deep dark brown. This is more of like a pale green, very similar looking to like a green tea. Alright, First steep, 20 seconds. It's light. The first steep is definitely light. I get a little bit more of the vegetal right now. Yeah, light, little bit of that leafy green vegetal taste on that first infusion. Alright, so that first infusion was a little more just light and vegetal. So we're going to get that second infusion going. So for Gong Fu style, after each infusion, you add 10 seconds. I got my water here. We're going to pour that in. And 30 seconds. Yeah, so while I didn't watch these debates, I got the highlights. And honestly, I don't understand why anyone even bothered watching this one. Because our country's basically at a mentality civil war right now. And everyone watching that debate, I'd say 90% of them already knew who they were going to vote for. There's no changing your minds in this situation now. It's not like the past. Right? And these guys, we knew they were going in this way. They didn't prep like you expected a president to prep for a debate. They called up Jeff Ross for advice on this one. Can we all just drink tea and get along? Okay. Let's try the second infusion. So the second infusion, still that vegetal, but I'm starting to smell more of that mushroomy scent. So we got... Yeah, kind of a little bit of that. Just there's like this undertone of like an earthy mushroom scent there. All right. Yeah. Oh man, there's now that vegetal took the back seat on this one. Oh man, I can taste like this, like not only mushroomy but like a deep earthiness to it, like just. And I don't. This isn't a bad thing. Just so you know, people are like, "What do you mean it tastes like dirt?" Like, no, just there's these. Just reminds me of like this just. This is from the earth, baby. Come on. We're getting hippies on. We're like a hippie on this. All right. Oh man, that is a good steep right there. All right. Wow, delicious. I'm excited. I'm excited to try the next one. 40 seconds. Here we go. This will be the last one for the video. All right. Boom. Cap it. 40 seconds. Spilled some tea. Alright, so now everyone, for the next debate, they're saying, oh, well, we'll just mute the microphones in between so they don't interrupt each other. That's kind of what a roast battle is. So all you're gearing up for them now is they're going to their writing staff and they're like, all right, I need some good zingers. And it's literally just going to be, hey, this guy's this guy. Oh, no, can't interrupt. His microphone's muted. Now he's just going to sling another roast back. This is still not going to get anything done. How about you don't let them insult each other and have them talk about issues, you know, like the presidents are supposed to do? If I want to watch Roast Battle, I'll go to Comedy Central or I'll go on Twitter. That's where the Roast Battle can take place. Final steep, it's definitely a little darker than the last one. Now I'm starting to get that vegetal again. It's kind of like the mix two together. That's interesting. Oh, Gong Fu is so fun. So fun. And to explore all these layers. Alrighty. Yeah, now it's like a combination. That vegetal's coming back though. Saying, hey, I'm still here. Yeah, vegetal sweetness is back now too. It's it's not like a brown sugar or anything. It's like a just subtle sweetness, like almost like kind of like that slight sweetness you get with some bread, like just that. Yeah, so that's really that's so interesting how it actually worked out. So that first steep was like all of that vegetal. Second steep was like almost all of that earthy mushroominess, and now we have a nice blend of sweet mushroom and vegetal. And I think that that's what, if you brewed this a regular style, which would be the 2 teaspoons still per 2 teaspoons per 8 ounces of water, cool 2 minutes, steep 2 to 3 minutes. I'd say if you did like a 2 to 3 minute steep time or a regular way, this is kind of what it would more taste like, a nice blend. So this has been another episode of Spill the Tea with Tommy D. Thank you, The Tea Spot. We will be circling back to you eventually. Got a few other teas in the pipeline here. But until next time, please like, share, and subscribe. If you already know who you're voting for, don't get yourself pissed off by watching these people go at each other. So until next time, we'll see you on the next episode.